This is what I used to think finding my major would look like. I would have job opportunities on one side and my passions on the other, and my major would fall somewhere in between. But I think a better way to look at it is to have your passions on one axis and job opportunities on the other, and maybe your major will follow right in the middle, but it could be there or down there or even down there or there, and those are all perfectly fine. But this is how you find your major in 3 steps. Choosing your major can be very hard, and especially for people who are very indecisive in life, it can bring a lot of anxiety. And I have been there. I am a very indecisive person, even for small things that for other people really don't matter. But I find myself going online and Googling, I don't know what to do with my life or stuff like that, probably like what I am. And the videos that I need or the articles that I need are half of the time someone with a very calming presence and voice telling me to breathe and that everything's gonna be fine. And the other half of the time I need someone to help me find practical steps to realize what I need and what I want to do. And hopefully this video will be the second type. In this video, I will give you 3 practical steps that you can take to realize what your major should be or could be. I realized only after I started filming that I'm literally dressed like the most famous college dropout in history. Anyways, the first step is to know if you are a person that is more comfortable with having your future planned out, or if you are someone that needs to have their options open. And I struggle with this because I think I am a bit of both, and that's fine. You don't have to be just one thing, and I don't think anyone is just one thing, or maybe very rarely, but you probably are more one way or the other. So you might feel more comfortable knowing your major right away and your career right away, and that's very calming to some people, while other people feel trapped in that and really need to do something that is more open and gives them more options and the freedom to maybe have different career paths in front of them. And I am the latter. I realize that even though not knowing what I'm gonna do in 5 years really scares me, I am more anxious if I think that my career is already decided. So be honest with yourself and really think, would I feel trapped into this career, or is it very comforting to know that that's what you're gonna be? And for all of the things that I'm gonna talk about, there isn't one right answer. There's only a right answer for you. And the only way to find it is to be extremely honest with yourself. And sometimes it can be hard. You might want to please someone else or think that you are in a way, but maybe you know deep down that you're not. So try and really sit down and think about what you are and who you are. And this should help you take out of consideration at least a few of your possible majors. Obviously, keep in mind that people change and you're probably gonna change, but having a real conversation with yourself about this might help you save some time and some money, because I know that I'm very lucky to be in a country where university is cheap, and I know it's not the same in every country. So if you're in the US or in the UK or somewhere where education is very expensive, it might be beneficial to stop for a second and actually think about what you're going to do before you make a choice. The second step is to explore your options. And this sounds not that useful, but what I mean is actually take a piece of paper with all of the majors that are available to you and go through them and actually cross out the ones that you know they're absolutely not for you. And what that's gonna do is you're gonna have a visual representation of what really are your options. Because I personally think that it's extremely overwhelming to think there are infinite options of your major and what you could pick, and there's so many different things and you don't know what they are. Like, one of my fears was that there was somewhere out there the perfect major for me, but I didn't know that it existed. So that gave me like anxiety, because I thought I'm gonna pick the wrong one and there's something so perfect out there for me and I'm not gonna know what it is. So having that list really calmed me down, and I really narrowed it down to a few that were my actual options. So you have a physical list in front of you of what are your possible majors, and you don't just go around your day thinking, oh my gosh, there's so many options and I'm never gonna be able to pick. This way you have it physically, and I think that is so important, and it's actually gonna help you way more than you can imagine. The third step is to find your why. And very cheesy, I know it sounds extremely cheesy, but what I mean is actually find the reason why you're going to university or college. And I think that this is overlooked because it's like a no-brainer. Like, we go to college because we have to, and we have to find a job, and that's the normal path that is laid out for you. But I think that it's important to stop, and if you're undecisive for your major, understanding why you're going to university will probably narrow it down even more after you went through all that list. I narrowed it down to 4 major reasons why someone might want to go to college. The first one is money. It sounds it sounds bad, to be honest, but I think that is a valid reason to go to college. You might want to go to college because you want to get a good job and you want to be able to provide for your family, and that is something that is important to you and you value that, and there's nothing wrong with it. And this is what I think there's some people looking down on other people for the reasons why they go to college or they get a job or what major they pick or whatever. And we should stop thinking that there are some reasons that are more valid than others and more moral than others. I think everyone can have their own opinion and can make their own choices in life, and this includes college. So you might be someone that really cares about having a great job once you get out of college, and that is okay. But you have to admit that to yourself and be able to use that to find your major. On the opposite side, the second one is to just study something that you like. And there is nothing wrong with that either. And a lot of people will tell you you're not gonna make money with that, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of money, and you're never gonna find a job. But if why you're going to college is because you really care about those topics and you really want to know more about them, and you're hungry for knowledge and you really want to discover more in that field, even if it's literature or English major or art or whatever, and people are going to tell you you're going to starve, but that's what you want to do, then take that into consideration and pick your major accordingly, because you're not going to be happy doing something because you think it's going to get you a job if that's not your reason for going to college, if you wanted to do something else. So just do that. The third reason that I think a lot of people might have for going to college is to have a specific job or their dream job, and might sound like the first one, but it's not. I think that some of these jobs they're not going to get you a lot of money. So you're not going into college thinking I have to do something that will provide me a stable income, but you have a specific dream job in mind. So you might have a few different majors that might get you to that end goal. So you want to get into consideration which one is the best one to ultimately get the job that you want or the career that you want, even though that career might not make you a lot of money. But if you think that that is what is gonna make you fulfilled and really want to go to college and study, because honestly, college is a choice. You have to want it. If you don't want to wake up every morning and study and do research and do papers and write essays, like, you're not gonna do it. So you have to have a good reason why. and they are different, but you have to find yours. You might want to go to college to express your talent or your creativity. And I've seen people saying that you have to pick the major that is a perfect mix of what people will pay for, what you like, and what you're good at. And you have to have all of these three in order for it to be a good major for you. I don't think that. I think that you might have only one of these and be perfectly fine. And that's the last one, is if it's something that you think you're good at and you want to express it, and you want to maybe express your creativity or something that you think might be useful for society, be useful for your life. And that is an extremely valid reason to go to college as well. But once you find in which of these groups you fall in, then it will probably be much easier to pick your major. Honestly, I think there's no judgment when it comes to these type of things, because they will end up deciding your life. And it is an important decision to make. And we're so young. We're 20, 21, and it's a mess. I'm in my third year of university and I don't know what I want to do next. Honestly, that's what our 20s are for. And I know this sounds like Jessica's graduation speech from Twilight, but your 20s are for exploring, find yourself, and realize what works for you, what doesn't work for you in every aspect of life. So in work and school and relationships and friendships and whatever else you might have in your life, you're still figuring it out, and that's okay. And it's okay to take your time and think about this and do your research and watch videos like this to help you realize what you want to do. And it's okay to start college late, or pick your major late, or change your major multiple times, or maybe don't even go to college at all. Those are all valid, and there's no one else that can tell you what's right for you. You just have to be honest with yourself and really realize what it is that you want to do in life. I don't have anything else to say. Stay hungry, stay full.